CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be going over your day one path for season 59 is what we're on. I'm actually not even done season 58 at the time I'm recording this. I'm going to try to release this as quickly as I can. But basically, season 59 is we're going back to season 36 called Bada Boom. And what I thought we could do is rewatch my day one path video that I made for that season and then see what we think of it. So let's, without further ado, the chicken, take it away. In today's video, guys, we're going to be going over your season 36 day one tech tree path. So we've had a little bit of time to iron out the details here. A couple things I want to clear up first. I was wrong in my sneak peek yesterday. There is 200 GB as opposed to 150. Who cares? And I said it was going to be an easy, well... I said in my sneak peek that it was going to be better for instant training or lower level players. And I get that it's not really, but all I meant was having Grens at the start at least means that you're going to be able to clear engines and not get stuck, you know, with your... So if we look at the start here, we've got rifle, Grens, and some defense. We also have shock mines and regular mines right out of the gates, which is interesting. Troops just fizzling. Like, remember that one season where, what was it, we had crying ears? Or there's been multiple seasons where if you start out super low and you don't have any troops, or you don't have good troops, then you can't clear engines. That's all that I meant by it. Now, this season, the biggest thing is we got the troop health, the only troop health of the season, all the way over here, and we have 150 DBD. So I think it's actually, after some more thought and reflection, I think it's going to be more similar to the last season. Even though we have 100 building health instead of 150, it's going to be tough to keep your troops alive, and it's going to be another fizzle meta. So I've kind of figured out where I want to go first, and I'm just going to talk you through kind of my thoughts and ideas. But of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to be going live on Monday morning at the usual 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Eastern, something. That's going to remain true for tomorrow, yep. Something like that. So yeah, let's just walk through this here. So obviously we have rifles and Grens at the start, but the weird thing is we also have these shock mines, and we don't typically have these at the beginning of the season. So I think that's going to slow down heavy rush, and the fact that we also have regular mines too, and no troop health, you know, it's going to be tough. So I think the best bet for this season is to go defensive. I've had a lot of people say that, or I've seen a lot of people say they're very excited about getting the 6 rocket launchers. They think that's going to be a really good push point, which it very well may be. But yeah, I think... So this season, yeah, this one coming up, there is, I believe there's no troop health. Let me just double check. There's no troop health in the entire tech tree. Yeah, no troop health, so that's going to be interesting. Just base ride this tech tree right into the ground is going to be the best way to do it. I might even go flamethrowers first before we go up to mortars and DBD, and then 3 engines, obviously. But then from there, I'm thinking what I want to do is go straight to heavies and get that troop damage, just so we have something on offense. You know, even if we want to go heavy grenadier, if it gets that nasty, I don't think it's going to be at the very start. But having a couple of them just to clear mines maybe, well, you know, you could split drop a little bit perhaps where you throw your heavies on one side, and then your Grens are kind of clearing on the left, and they clear some of those mines, and then you kind of scoot the heavies over. I think that kind of heavy rush style might be viable depending on how hard the defenses are hitting, honestly. So then from there, you know, we have boom mines over here, which are going to be huge, but they're kind of off in a weird spot by themselves. You know, we got to get a multi-node here. We got to get GBE here. This GBE is super cheap, so, you know, maybe it is worth getting. It just depends. That's something I would definitely wait on, but I'm going to go to heavies first and then kind of assess from there where we need to go. Now, brick is going to be required to unlock before we get to 4ER. I feel like most people are probably going to stop around this point on day one. So yeah, I mean, we have to get her, but is here's the thing: do we want to get brick, or do we want to get some of these other defenses first? Boom cannons could be huge. Another two flamethrowers could be massive. Now, for the mega season, I think what's going to happen is it's probably going to be similar to the last few seasons, especially without troop health on the start, and we also don't have what's the other thing? We're going to be starting so much further ahead, so I think what's going to happen again is it's going to be very important to get to the next ER level. It's going to be very important to, if everything is going defensive, that's what we've seen with these last couple seasons. Massive, depending if you unlock them. But at the same time, we want to get to 4ER because we got building health right here, and we have bombardiers. So, it's going to be nasty on defense, but we have bombers fairly early on in the season. So that's probably a pretty good landing spot for those of you finishing in like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Getting to bombers, I think, right away would probably be a good idea because there's going to be very, very defensive bases to start the season off. We can go heavy bombers with brick and iron will maybe. So, I mean, we're going to be clearing the bases, no problem. I don't think we're going to be fizzling early on too much. I might eat my words on that one. I'm not sure. Because we do have rockets here as well when we get bombardiers. I mean, you're either going from building health straight to rockets, or you're going building health, getting a prototype, and then getting your bombardiers. So, either way, and we have machine guns here, which have taken a long time to get to. Typically, the machine guns are always an early on defense, but for this season, they're past 4 engines, maybe because they just don't want it to be a fizzle meta for like the very, very beginning of the tech tree, but remains to be seen. So after that it gets kind of tricky to figure out where to go. Shock bombs could be nice too. I feel like it's kind of similar to last season where it's like we got a lot of really good stuff in 3 and 4ER, and then it gets kind of weird on us. So rocket choppers definitely going to be viable. We don't have a ton of boom cannons this season, and some players might not even be running them at all, especially if they're rushing to get rocket choppers right away. So I think rocket choppers are going to be really good for the guys that are able to get them early. Now, I did go back and look at some older videos too. The final meta, it ended up being heavy chopper, rocket chopper. That's what I was using anyway, so I think most players were running that. And then comes the big Kavan question. Do we want Kavan early on, or do we want to come back and get him later? Critters, are going to be great because that's going to be our only mine clearing device, for a while, because we don't have barrage. We get barrage and artillery at the same time, which is kind of strange. I don't know why they didn't space those out, but critters are going to be the only thing that we have gunboat energy wise, maybe at all if we haven't picked up shocks or med kits yet. So I mean, critters could potentially be huge. They could definitely be a big help. And you get them right when people are getting rocket choppers. So I mean, those kind of go hand in hand. And they're also going to have brick, which is not really great for rocket choppers, I guess. But they're going to have a hero as well, nonetheless. So as we move forward, we got to figure out whether we're going to get Kavan or not. But I think it's going to be too many keys early on. Maybe Kavan heavy bomber would be good. It just depends, right? It depends on how hard the bases are to hit, or if we can get away with going with a little bit less offense. So from here, things get really interesting, and then they start to slow down. So we have Everspark, more troop damage, which is going to be good. And then we've got another crossroads here. So we're either going the barrage artillery route, or we're going bullet. I think the bottom route here is going to be more for the guys that are getting ahead and doing really well, and basically the guys that are doing well with rocket choppers. I think they're going to go with the bottom path. I think everybody else is going to go the top path. Get the barrage, get the artillery. Those are going to be great. Get the troop damage too. I just feel like there's a little bit more value on the top path versus the bottom. And if it's mechs versus scorchers, I mean, it doesn't matter. We got to pick one of them. And if we do get scorchers and we're not getting bullet or mechs, then we can easily come back down here once we've unlocked the 5th ER and make that decision later on. So from there we go ahead and we have this GBE node right here. Again, I love when they put these nodes here that you have to unlock. Just make them, neutral, straight across the board benefits. And then again, we've got we've got Seekers on the bottom path. We got a Sky Shield level 3. So I mean, by the time people get Seekers, we're gonna have Shock Mines, we're gonna have a Sky Shield, and potentially gonna have Shock Launchers too, and more building health. So I don't think it's a great season. I think that's important right there too, because without troop health, I think this season's going to be very difficult to run Seekers, especially with all the defense like we were just talking about and the Sky Shields for Seekers. But they did sneak a troop damage in way back here. So I don't know if we're going to need that super early on or if we're going to be able to wait. But, you know, with 100 building health, we might be okay. But with so much DBD, that might get tricky as well. Heavy choppers right here in the middle before 70R. So, you know, that's going to allow people to be able to park before reaching the very end of the tech tree. If you're not going to be able to make it to 7, you know, it shouldn't be a huge deal because you've got a lot of effective tech, you know, right before that. So that's going to be interesting as well. And then after 7, we've got a weird node right here with the crying ears. I don't know why they put that there. And then we got a lot of strange multi-nodes this season. 3 Sniper Towers, 2 Mortars, or Grappler. I feel like most people are going to pick the Grappler. Then we got beautiful Shock Blaster 3. Another GB is an extra node, and then DBD, and then finally the Mine node. So I actually really like how they spaced out everything after 7 engines. I feel like there was a multi-node that I missed somewhere. That was an interesting one. Is it this one? Yeah, so 2 rocket launchers over here. So getting Kavan could be another defensive play to get this multi-node. Because we got rockets right here. I might even do that, or even, you know, I'm definitely considering 6 rockets and no troop health is going to be crazy. So hopefully that gives you guys a good idea of the day 1 path. I think I'm leaning towards going defensive. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, we will be going live, and I'm hoping to finish high in 22 today. We'll see. We'll see. I still got to get my last chest. I can't open up the game right now because I'm trying to stay in diamond with bad tech. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. This last season, just to do a quick kind of review, I didn't like it because it ended up being like 5ER maxed out was like better than everything. And like even 6ER and like even into... once you got heavy choppers, it wasn't so bad, but I just personally found that kind of annoying how that played out. Like, I know sometimes it's about strategy and like not necessarily going ahead is the best move, but I felt like that really got dragged out this season with 5ER just being like the best meta for like everything, and then it just kind of stayed like that. Right now I'm lower than where I was at on Tuesday, and we're on Sunday here now, so kind of crazy. But anyway, so we'll figure that out as we go. Appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because we will be going live here probably around 5 a.m.-ish tomorrow. Yeah, hope that helps. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Chicken out. Be right back.